So, I don't really have too many interesting points here for this final batch of episodes. I mean, I am still fairly mystified that I managed to get 38 minutes out of Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or that at one point I somehow compared Godzilla to Lucky Charms. I guess there's stuff I could talk about, like the fact that I covered two Deadpool stories, Deadpool being a mega popular character whose bandwagon I never really jumped on. Also, I somehow managed to go through 3 different chairs over an 8-month span. 4 chairs if you include the fact that this is the one I do most of my voiceover recording in, and the one I used in my Executive Assistant Assassins review camera shots. Yeah, it's kind of also on its last legs. Seriously, I'm beginning to fear ending up like Homer Simpson on the fire hydrant. Also, there's my review of the J. Michael Straczynski Thor, where I left a blooper in the final cut of an episode. Not to mention the last episode, Valiant Masters Harbinger, where I lost the footage from my summary and had to reshoot it. Also, I've learned that if I ever cover another phone book, I'm just going to take 3 weeks in between episodes. It's just way too grueling to try to wrap that whole thing up in 2. So, I guess next up we should probably preview the 100th episode, which will be covering Neil Gaiman's Sandman, and I guess I should explain why I'm holding up a book that is clearly not one of the Neil Gaiman Sandman collections. The book is the Sandman Companion, and it features summaries of every storyline from that series, along with a running commentary by Neil Gaiman, H.Y. Bender, the primary writer for the companion, various artists who worked on Sandman, founding Vertigo editor Karen Berger, singer Tori Amos, and the late Harlan Ellison. The Sandman Companion is my main reference material for much of what I'll be covering. See, I have kind of this weird aversion to not really wanting to cover a lot of the major tentpole comic books. You know, things like Watchmen, or Mouse, or Persepolis. You know, just because, well, everyone's already reviewed those. What am I contributing? I mean, if you want to know about Watchmen, go read Watchmen. It's great. You don't need me to tell you that. Everyone will tell you that. Sandman basically falls into the same category as those aforementioned books. I mean, Sandman was just ubiquitous. Even back in the early days of the Barnes & Noble graphic novel section, Sandman was always there alongside copies of Crisis on Infinite Earths, Marvels, any of the Star Wars books that Dark Horse is putting out, Kingdom Come, and those 9/11 tribute comics. However, with the 100th episode coming up, and the fact that I have the Sandman Companion, which, well, offers some unique insights that you don't find normally anywhere else on, like, Wikipedia or Comic Vine or, you know, even on an author's personal website, I felt that it was kind of appropriate to cover Sandman. I mean, mark the occasion with something unique and special and, well, grand. So, join us next week as we cover Neil Gaiman's Sandman, the run from 1988 to 1996. Hey guys, remember, if you want to support me, check out my Patreon at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions. Also, remember, like the video if you do, comment, share it, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell.